Just got out of the shower. Feeling funky fresh. Okay, so I've seen this video trend, not trend, I don't want to call it trend, but a couple of YouTubers have been posting this video, why do I vlog? And I've sort of posted a video about this before, and I sort of felt like, at first I sort of felt like maybe doing it again is not the best idea, because it's the same, I've done a video like this before. But then I thought about it and I'm like, you know what, my opinion on why I vlog changes actually sort of often. So I don't think it's a bad idea to do a video like this every so often. And what I mean by that is the reason I have started vlogging and the reason I've continued to vlog has changed throughout the period of vlogging that I've been doing it. So I started vlogging on YouTube 2014, 2013. I think it's been 3 years, give or take to the date. I don't know the exact date. But it's been about 3 years. And I started vlogging initially because, I'm gonna be dating myself here, but I was watching Grace Helbig when she was on Daily Grace, and I was watching Toby Turner, and those were my two biggest. I watched them every day. That's what it was. And for those of you who don't know, Daily Grace was Monday to Friday Daily Show, which was mostly humor and comedy. And then Toby at that time was 7 days a week, unedited cell phone vlogs, lazy vlogs, that were mostly comedy-ish. That's, you know, it's a whole bag of worms to open up the details of that. And I started vlogging back then because I saw these two people who I thought were hilarious, having a lot of fun creating something that they really had fun making, had fun sharing, had fun experiencing the people that they watched, laughing at it too. So my initial reasons for vlogging was I saw the people having fun, and I wanted to have fun. Like, who wouldn't, right? Plus, I don't think I've ever actually mentioned this on this channel, but I started doing some video stuff. Like, I didn't even really realize it till I actually thought back. I did a video project with my friend in 11th grade, 10th grade, which was actually, if I can still find it on YouTube, I'll post a link here. One of the first really edited videos I ever made. I filmed it, I sort of directed it, and I definitely edited it. It was mostly just Brian Shaner's idea, but it was his idea for his project for school, and he was like, let's do this, and I was like, bam! Not only am I super excited, but I already am envisioning all the ways that I want this to happen. And he was like, alright, cool, whatever, fine, take over. And I did, and it was amazing, and I loved it. And that sort of creativity has always been in my brain a little bit, and I think I started vlogging because it's such a therapeutic and such an amazing outlet. And I know other vloggers say this, but to make something every day, almost every day in my case obviously, is so surreal. To take this idea that I had in my head, rip it out of my head, and put it in something that's digestible for you to watch. It's great. Now with that being said, the way I started vlogging was the same thing as Toby Turner. Cell phone up to my face, I'm going to talk for 5-8 minutes, unedit it, and just upload it. Most of the reason for that was at the time I didn't have software to edit videos. And I didn't have a camera that was better than my, at that time, cell phone. I think it was the Moto X maybe? It might have been the Galaxy Nexus. Oh wow, that's seriously dating myself. And I posted these 7-minute unedited videos, and I gained a lot from them. It was the idea that, like, how to riff, as podcasters or radio personnel might use that term, to be able to talk nonstop for a short amount of time, or a long amount of time, and just keep going, like I'm doing right now. Like, how many jump cuts have I had so far? Not that many. I've learned the talent of continuing conversation, nonstop riffing, as it were. The thing I did not like about that at the time was there was no creativity to it. And what I mean by that is I find the creative part of video making to be in the ability to edit the videos. Not necessarily in the edit itself, however it is, but also in the fact that when you're filming something and you know you're going to be able to edit it, you can film to an edit. And what I mean by that is, you've seen in some of my videos and other vloggers, where shots will be set up to flow one to the next, so that you're not really watching an uncut video. You're watching something that when I filmed it, I planned how I was going to film it based on how I thought I was going to edit it. And with the lazy vlog style, that wasn't really something you could do. It was just 7 minutes, record, boom, upload, bam, done, easy. Not a lot of creativity. I mean, really, other than trying to riff for a few minutes and trying to be conversationally creative, there's not a lot. You know, it takes. If I record an 8-minute video, it takes 8 minutes to do it. Record for 8 minutes, done. I might watch it once to make sure I didn't say anything really stupid, and then upload it. And then I'm not, you know, watching my phone while it uploads. I'm doing other things while it's uploading. So that 8-minute video takes 16 minutes if I rewatch it. 8 minutes to do. So it's really easy, and it was really cool, and it was great to start there because it gave me the ability to see, what can I do? What's the ability here? What do I love about this? And it gave me the ability, because I did quantity at the time over quality. And it gave me the ability to see what things I did like. I got more comfortable being in public and doing this. I was able to connect to my audience, and the relationship I gained with the camera. I am more comfortable, and this is not a lie, this is 100% serious, I am more comfortable talking to this camera, looking it in the eye, than I am maintaining eye contact with somebody, even a really, really fucking great friend, during a conversation. I'm really weird with eye contact. I don't know why. I'm not gonna get into the psychology of it. Point is, I'm a little weird about that. Camera, I'm way more comfortable having a conversation with this camera than I am with a person. Is that weird? Probably. It's probably something I should look into. It's probably something that's not great. But I see it as something awesome. Because when I first started vlogging back then, I used to, like, literally, most of the time, okay, pretend I'm looking at this camera, well, I am looking at this camera, but pretend this is an old vlog. I'd be like, hey guys, yeah, how you doing? Today's been crazy, what this, and that, and I'm not looking at the lens. Because the camera lens still felt like an eye to me, and I couldn't commit to staring in the eye, because my brain was really like, there are other people on the other side of this camera lens. Like, that's an eye. I might as well be an eye. But instead of like the 2 eyes of a friend that I'm looking to, it's millions of eyes. Well, potentially million. I mean, for my channel at the time, it was like maybe 20 eyes. Well, 20 pairs of eyes, so 40 eyes. You know, math doesn't matter. But I didn't find the creativity. It was great to start out, it was great, but I didn't find the love and the passion for video creation in that. But I did that for like 8 months maybe. I stopped because my phone broke, and I didn't have a camera at the time. My phone broke. Got a new phone eventually, started doing the vlogs again, but they were more sit down. I have my phone, I'm going to do an advice video. And I wouldn't necessarily call those vlogs, at least not in the definition of the way I vlog now. They were much more conversation pieces, like right here where I'm sitting here talking to the camera. Some people might call this a vlog. I wouldn't call this a vlog, because for me, a vlog is more like a vlogumentary. It's living my life through my eyes, and I'm gonna get to that in a second. But I was doing that for a little while, got this camera, started doing that a little bit more on my channel, you know, started to grow. It was really cool. But then it changed from, I'm not vlogging anymore, to have fun. Although I was still having fun, that was no longer the goal. That wasn't the criteria. When I filmed a video at first, in the first series, when I was just talking to my camera, my goal was to have fun. To hopefully know that somebody watching this was gonna laugh. Unfortunately, that made me like act a little extra crazy sometimes, as I still do occasionally. I have the tendency. But it wasn't as genuine as I wanted to be. So when I started doing the advice videos, it was very, very raw. Like, it was so hard to just sit there and go, well, the depression video was recent, but like, the love myself advice, or believe in yourself advice, or be yourself advice, that's right, those ones. It was really weird for me to sit there and, as somebody who didn't believe in myself, to tell you how you should believe in yourself. And doing that was really therapeutic in that I realized that I already knew how to believe in myself, I just wasn't doing it. And that was a weird mentality for me, because before I thought I just didn't because I just didn't know how to. And then I'm sitting here talking to a camera for 15 minutes and I'm like, this is great advice. Why am I not listening to myself? Why am I not doing the things that I'm telling these random strangers on the internet to do? And then it changed from trying to make people laugh to trying to really discover who I am and how I think about things. Because I don't think you notice this, but you don't really... How often do you sit down and you really think about what your opinion is on a topic or a subject? And it's like, doing those vlogs gave me the ability to really sit back and digest who I was as a person, what my points of view were, and to really solidify my thoughts and opinions on things. And that became the new driving goal. I wanted to learn more about myself, while also hopefully helping some of you. And it did. At least from what you tell me, it helped some of you a lot. And then it started to morph a little bit from this discovering myself to just, wow, I'm in this position where I can take something that for me was pain in different forms, whether it was not believing myself or not knowing how to be true to my own creativity, my own hyperactiveness, or feeling weird in public for not being hyper and crazy and being reserved, and I'm going to be the square that fits in the peg. And through going through that, I was becoming to a realization where I was helping you guys. I was seeing that I myself had opinions that I wasn't allowing myself to think. Not necessarily wasn't allowing myself to think, but wasn't allowing myself to embody. And that was really powerful. And then I went to VidCon. I think that I started this after the first VidCon. The details aren't important. But I remember meeting some of my favorite YouTubers. And I remember feeling that innate, oh my god, this person that Grace Helbig, for instance, as a great example. I watched her on video 5 days a week for like over a year before I met her the first time. Actually, did I meet her at the first VidCon? I don't think I met her at the first VidCon. I definitely met her at the second VidCon. Yeah, I met her at the second one. So, I had been watching this person online 5 days a week for almost 2 years at this point. And like Grace Helbig said, she's the internet's big sister. Like, I really felt that sort of bond. Like, this is someone who I was looking forward to watching every day. And I was so excited to know that no matter how crappy my day was, I could log on to YouTube. Log on, I sound so old right now. I could open YouTube, watch Grace, and then 98% of the time crack up because almost all of her videos are just hilarious as all hell. Occasionally she has a serious video, but almost always hilarious. And then I remember meeting her and how genuine she was as a person, and how she, like, I'm sure that level of fame at some point still, alters your personality a bit, but I very much felt that she was on camera who she was in person. And it was so cool to meet her and then see the crowd, the line of people that wanted to meet her, all for the same reason I did. The experience of, this is somebody who I connected with through video, through the internet, that if not for this medium, would not have altered my life in the way that I might be a different person now. And meeting her and I'm using Grace as an example, but there's a lot of YouTubers I met. Grace is just, I think, one of the ones that stood out the most to me. Meeting her and just being like, wow, this is real. Like, that like feeling of connection I met, even though I know obviously Grace didn't know who the F I was. But I met her, and then I just remember, oh, hey, can I take a picture? She went, yeah, oh, yeah, definitely. And I pulled up my camera, and she was like, oh, that's really cool. And then she was like, dancing zany. And I was like, I feel like I'm in the video now. Like, I don't just feel like I was watching this person. Watching sounds weird. I don't feel like I was just watching this person's videos. I actually felt like me watching Grace on video and then me meeting her in person were like no different. It was the same thing. I still felt that amazing connection of, this is a cool person who has altered my life in some way, hopefully for the better, as she says in the beginning of all our videos. And it was really cool. And I remember feeling how amazing it must feel to be somebody in her shoes, where she can have a line of people that want to meet you because you have in some way impacted their life, hopefully for the better. And that was when I realized I wanted to do this because I want to impact other people. Not necessarily in a narcissistic way where I hope people line up for me. Although that'd be cool. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. Like, it'd be sweet. But not for that reason. Specifically for the reason that I want to know that what I'm doing in some way, shape, or form is, and this sounds crazily, ambitious, but in some way my videos are changing the world. And even if that's just one person smiling at the end of a rough work day. And that was what shifted for me. So I started the vlog then because I wanted to be able to help people. I wanted to change people, change the world for the better, make more smiles, make more love, make more acceptance. And that was then the driving force for me. Slightly more recently, it still embodies that same mentality, but so the spirit of why I vlog is still the same. However, the things I choose to vlog and the reasons I enjoy it on a personal level have changed. So from a non-personal opinion, I vlog because I want to help people, change people, give you a smile, make you feel in some way that your day is better. From a personal perspective, I like being able to do that for people, but also being able to turn this weird hobby that I have into something that made people smile when I meet them. And what I mean by that is I love hanging out with my friends, as an example. It's always really fun. And when I first started doing YouTube, I was the weird friend who did YouTube, hey, yeah, oh, is he pulling out his phone again? We're at a restaurant, come on, Eric, get your ish together. But I owned this so much, and I don't mean that I'm an amazing YouTuber, but I mean I just owned the idea that this is what I love to do, and I'm going to work every single video at getting way better than I was the last video. And when my friends started to see that, the first couple times I hung out with them, I was like, hey, you're now part of my vlog. You're being in this video. They were always a little apprehensive at first. I mean, don't get me wrong, there were some that supported me from day one with no issues, and they're the best. But there were some friends who were like, why are you pulling out a camera, bro? It's a little weird. To now they've seen some of the videos they're in, and they see like, yo, this is really cool. Like, you're doing something awesome here. So my, again, not goal, but my reasons for vlogging have shifted a little bit into, I love the fact that I can now bring my friends into this. And the vlog is no more, I don't want to say no more, but it's not quite anymore me and you on the camera. It's no longer a one-to-one relationship. At least it's evolving away from that. And that doesn't mean I won't still have videos like this, where I sit here and talk to you for probably way too long. Or I won't have videos where I sit down and do an advice video. But what I do mean is that the main thing that I'm going to start changing in this channel is that I want to share my life. Not just my day, but my life. My relationship with my friends. My friend's wedding. All these things that, like, when I used to vlog a year ago, I would go have a great time with my friends. I'd hang out with them. I'd do this, I'd do that. I'd go and do cool things for work. And then I'd come home and then I'd sit in front of a camera and talk. I don't want this to be the end of my day. I want this to be my day. And I've tried to start treating my camera like my cell phone. It's always in my pocket, or at least in my book bag with me when I'm going somewhere. And I want to share all the moments of my life. Not all of the moments, not all of the moments, but all of the moments of my life that I feel are noteworthy. And it's because I feel, and again, this is the reason that I vlog now, I've noticed that the more I share who I am as a person, the more you feel like, at least, I'm putting words in your mouth, so like, that's rude, I know, I'm sorry. You feel more of a connection in the fact that you see a real person here. This isn't me coming up with an idea and sitting in front of a camera and be like, oh, I'm so interesting. This is me living my life and bringing you along. A little bit of a different mantra there. I know you've seen it in the last couple of videos, and some of them a little less PG, a little bit more PG-13, a little bit more cursing, unfortunately. I'm sorry. But I really want this channel and these videos to represent my life, who I am, what experiences I have, what relationships I have, and allow you to see, hey, I'm a kid with depression. I'm a kid with ADHD. I'm a kid with OCD. I'm a kid with all these things. And then to you watch these videos and be like, hey, I'm sort of like that. I have those issues, but he's still having a good time. Why can't I have a good time? And hopefully, through sharing my life experiences, allow some of you to feel more normal in the fact that I'm so weird and I still am doing okay. I don't know if I articulated that perfectly, but that is now why I vlog. I don't want to anymore sit in front of a camera and make content. I want the content to be my life, and I want you to come along with me. That's probably the better way to articulate that. Doesn't mean I won't still be doing like, skits and stuff, but the reason I vlog is to share my life with you. And like 30 years down the road when I have kids eventually, maybe, or adopt kids, or have nephews and nieces that are older and can watch YouTube, they can see who the heck I was when I was 26, 27. Who knows? And maybe make some brand deals, make some money. You never know. I'm always down for the get down. I'm gonna fabulous 3 But of course, that's not the goal. That's just topping on the cake, frosting on the cake. Whatever the saying is, that's what it is. But as always, it doesn't have to make sense. See you tomorrow.